Holy moly, it's a stream day, chat. How are y'all? I feel like a real stream day is about to happen. We're going to get into it today. How are y'all today? How are y'all? Patrick, 15 months of subbing. Thank you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. How was everyone else this morning? Good mornings, good mornings, good mornings, everyone. Howdy, howdy. What makes this real? Just my headspace. Like I was a little short on Tuesday. Didn't really have a plan to stream. We just streamed and talked, and that was cool and all. But I felt like I could have gone a little bit longer. I was just busy. Yesterday, just after the podcast, I can only go so long. I got things to do. I got lunches to eat, things like that. But today, I actually have a plan of something to talk about from a couple of viewers asking, one about maker pens and two about pen storage. I figure we'll do them both together. Maybe more on the maker side than the storage side today, but we can talk a little bit about how I store my stuff. What about second breakfast? Yeah. I try to eat breakfast right before I stream because I get hungry. I try to eat late breakfast when on stream days. Maker pens. So we'll get on there in a minute. Actually, I have very few individual Brooks pens. I have other stuff, Brooks pens. Schmevelin with the gifted sub. Where are my alerts? Oh, thank you so much, Schmevelin. Howdy, Spenzo. We need help. Y'all know more about this stuff than me, which is good. I do have the pen. Right. I am Brooks adjacent with a lot of my pens. That's how I roll. I am Brooks adjacent and Brooks supportive, while I may not own all of the Brooks things. And plus, what do you do with the Leonardo Stromboli? Is that a maker pen? Do we need to define a maker pen? I think we don't, because it would be impossible to come up with an answer. But what do you define as a maker pen? I'm taking suggestions. The floor is open, but I don't think there is. I don't. Yeah, Brooks knows that, and I guess he saw the thing that I have. Those are actually the two literal Brooks pens I owns. But then I have other Brooks materials in from other makers here. How is it that I have a Brooks pen but no Brooks material? Interesting. So yeah, does anyone care to share a definition of a maker pen? Because I'm not even joking. What do you do with Leonardo? I wouldn't consider them a maker pen, but I don't have a really good strong stance as to why, right? It's some people in a factory making materials and making pens. Is it because they have better marketing? Do they feel more corporate instead of me and Jonathan working in our garages? Yeah, I know it when I see it. Yeah. I think that's kind of a fair way to put it, to be quite honest. I know it when I see it. So, makers are 1 to 3 person operations. Yeah, I don't know. Does it have to all be made in-house? Can it be outsourced? My friend Jeff that runs Ugmonk. It's like him. He's a designer and has a shipping department, and they make stuff. Is he a maker? I don't know. Me personally says it's when a solo person is making the entire pen. I think that's a fair, strict definition, right? You're saying your hands are in every part of that construction of that pen, from materials to crafting the pen to finishing the pen to shipping it out. Yeah. I think that's pretty good. I prefer a more stricter definition like that. But I'm open. Just got my Rainbow Skittle Gravitas Pocket fountain pen today. That's such a good pen. I love that. Ian Shone started as a maker, but he's hired at least one person. Is he still a maker? Same for Edison pens. Yeah, see, I think so. I have a whole tray of Edison and Franklin Kristoff pens that I bought in here because, yeah. So it's a fun. I don't think we have to have a strict definition of it. Right. And it's basically like Patrick says, you know it when you see it, and you're supporting, someone who's like making stuff. And yeah, like I think there's no one real definition. So, so yeah, like Brooks works out of the house, Ian doesn't. Does that separate them? Not in my mind. Right? So yeah, it's a good question. That it's an unanswerable question, and I don't think we have to answer it, right? Like I don't think it's important that we have to define that. Like we just kind of know what it feels like, and it feels good. I think it's more of a maker as a vibe more so than a definition. To me, one of the things I put in the maker camp is that they don't sell directly and at retail. But like Edison has special editions they sell at retail. Does that make them not a maker? I don't think so. So it is a great topic to argue about. It's a good stream topic because it's an unanswerable question. But generally, makers are selling direct, not through retailers. But, there's lots of notebook makers that sell through retailers. Or does that make them less of a maker? No, I don't think so. So I wanted to throw that out there because there is no definition, right? So yeah, Shone pens are sold at retailers too. Yeah, lots of makers sell at retail. So that's just like one other consideration. Does that make Ian any less of a maker? No, not at all, right? I don't think so. So it's a fun discussion to have. So by the time you're listed on a stock exchange, you're definitely not a maker. What about Japanese stock exchange? Is Hobonichi a maker? Probably not. They're listed. So there you go. Good talks. Good talks. So yeah, we could do this for an hour. What about retail exclusives? Yeah, I still think those are like makers. Makers. Everyone's a maker. I'm going to think of it like craft beer. Yeah, and independent music. Wide, sprawling definitions of craft beer and independent music, right? Those are my two things. Good morning, Moto Lisa. Oh yeah, Ian retails in Japan a lot, and I think he has some. I think he might have some shop specials for like different stores in the U.S. maybe, but he definitely has a Japanese presence in Japanese retail. Good podcast topic. I don't know. Like I feel like I have to make more of a definitive stand if I'm gonna have a podcast topic. That's why it's a good Twitch topic, because we can just like ramble about it. In the end, we can just go, I don't know. Yeah. Good pen show panel topic. Everyone on the panel would be a maker, though. Dromgool sells Shone pens. Yeah. And like, Tactile Turn and like Kara's and all of them. Like people do, people do special editions. So yeah, it's cool. Man, I am thirsty today. Thank you, Cocolina. Show your pen. I'm getting on it. We're gonna hang out for a while today. All right. So we're gonna do this. I tried to gather as much as I could, and I know I didn't get everything. So let's see. Let's see how I'm gonna do this. So I think. Let's flip this. Conid is not a maker, so I had to Conid in this tray, and I took it out. I agree with that. All right. So let me make some. Nice machine. Let me make some room here, and we'll talk about these first up. Since we are going to talk about storage a little bit today, the light doesn't like the fiberglass. This is a Bama pen. His name is John. He goes by Bama Pen online. He makes these cigar box pen cases. I'll win. Gosh, dog it, these alerts, man. Alerts. I want them on. 5 months. 6 months of subbing. Let's go. Ooh. So John makes these pens. He's at out of Alabama, Bama Pen. So I got to meet him at the Atlanta Pen Show, and he just repurposes cigar boxes into pen trays. I bought 6 of these from him. So, yeah, so I have, what do they hold? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pens. And then I do find time to, like, I'll have a couple extras down here because I do have all 6 filled up mostly. And they're pretty reasonably priced, like between $30 and $40 per case. So, and they're just nice. Like I said, it's wood. He finishes the wood, puts a fiberglass panel in here, and then lines the case with, like, you know, felt and these little trays so the pens sit in there nicely. All right, let's look at some of these pens. All right, first up is Brooks. Since he's here, let's embarrass him. These are the only 2 direct from Brooks pens I have. So this one is the famous Lamy Safari Urushi. Website, he's had a website before. I'll have to check. And I can look afterwards, but my keyboard is buried. But he look up, Google Bama Pen, Bama, and maybe it comes up. I'm not sure. So this is Jonathan's work, one of my favorite maker pens, period. Like, even the section is Urushi. Like, none of these pens are inked up right now, which is kind of a travesty. Look at that. So Jonathan did a lot of work with this. And then we have the bestseller, which is really the warm tone, right? Is that the official name of this? Warm tone. So this is the one we dubbed the bestseller in response to Roterfot and Taschen Begleiter's naming of their products. Do you still have the Pilot Falcon body? I do. That's one of my favorite pens. I don't see it. Oh, it's in my Pilot box. That's why. So I have a box like this that's just Pilot pens, and I didn't think to grab it out of there. So I do have 3 Brooks pens now that you say that. You want to see a Urushi Lamy 2K? Well, there you go. You can see one here. That Pilot Falcon, I use more than both of these combined. I love that pen. And that was my first, that was, how many years ago was the Pilot Falcon? Yeah, this is a Safari. And Jonathan, what is the design of this? What is the model shape of this one? This is one of the standard models, which I prefer. Just kind of a standard cigar shape, a little bit longer, tapered ends, slightly tapered barrel, and just really killer things. 4 years ago, but you need, oh yeah, God. Damn it, Jonathan, there is a 4th one. Jonathan has an orange Urushi pen that he gave me and Mike that I can't find, and I'm in trouble for that. I still haven't found it. Rip. So this is the Charleston model. Okay, and then he etched the little Pinatic logo on there when he sent it to me, which was nice. So yeah, I love both of these. This one usually gets Robert Oster Fire on Fire. Like, that's just what goes in here. It's the perfect ink for this pen. So I love it. All right. So that's some Mr. Brooks pens. And then we have my 2 Canalea pens, which these definitely fall into the maker classification for me. Who's yelling at me? I got my new phone. I don't have the alerts all tweaked up. Charleston is my favorite model. Yeah, like that's like my go-to model. You'll see in a lot of these pens, especially when we get to like some of the Edison stuff, that's just, I really just like the basic shape. I thought you raffled the Kona Cherry. I raffled a new Kona Cherry direct from Canalea. So Canalea offered that to send it directly to the winner. So I didn't raffle my Kona Cherry. So I have the which is probably my favorite. And then the Kona Cherry. I just have a weird thing for this pen. I don't know why. I think it's because it's very, very translucent. So I have that. And then I had the one of the volcano looking ones. I can't remember what it was. Basically like the 3-tiered one, orange, black, and gray. And it was cool, but like I preferred these two, so I sold that one. Jonathan can probably tell me the name of it, but I can't remember. But like I said, I just like how these pens fit and feel. Like this is the one that's really surprised me how much I like the style and color of this pen, because I'm definitely more the wilder the better, like this, like the Hanamabe. Kilauea, I don't think it was a Kilauea. Kohala Sunset, I think was it. Yeah, I think. It had orange and dark colors. It didn't have any like the tan color in it. There was two that was close. There's one that's very black and orange swirly, and then there's one that's more like segmented into like 3 tiers. And that was the one I had. That was like 3 segments in there. So yeah, those are really, really cool. I like them. This one is one of my favorites, and I never use it, and I don't know why. So, does anyone know what this is? Some of you do. If it was your first one, it was the Sunset. Okay. Yeah, it was in the very first. It was what I bought at their launch in DC was the first one. So it was the Koala Sunset. Cool. Yeah, I bought it at their launch. Faggionato. Thank you, Brooks. So this is a Faggionato pen. So Mr. Fred Faggionato passed away 2 years ago now, right when he was getting into like the peak of his making, right? Like he was making some really, really stunning pens, stunning materials. This is an orange celluloid. You can feel the difference in this material compared to like the acrylics. Here, this is me tapping on an acrylic pen with my fingernail, and this is me tapping on a celluloid pen with my fingernail. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but it's different, right? So I bought this at the Atlanta Pen Show from Papier Plume. This is also a really cool nib. This is a rhodium plated titanium Bach nib that that Patrick or I don't know if it was Faggionato made these or if Patrick at Papier Plume had these made. But this is a plated titanium nib. So it has the cool shine on it instead of the flat looking, like the standard Bach titaniums have this very flat dull gray, and this just makes it pop a little bit more. So it's a really interesting nib. It's definitely a unique nib that I have, and it's very, very kind of a flexy nib. This one's an all-time favorite of mine, and I wish I had more, but I'm glad I got this one because I hemmed and hawed, and I was like, look at this thing. Man, it's great, right? It's super great. So, I love this material. It's really, really neat. So, if you ever get a chance, someone might be selling their Faggionato or someone has one to like test out, just pick it up and hold it. Like he did a really good job with the design. So, you can have really basic designs that are just really comfortable and nice, and that's what like a lot of these are. These are not complex designs by any stretch. Anyone? I like playing the guessing game. Y'all know most of these anyway. Anyone know this one? Plus, we have a big delay in the chat. Can have a big delay in the chat too. Rockster, named after what's Rocky the dog. So, this is the Rockster that I saw. This is one of those purchases that I rarely do. I saw the image on Instagram, I messaged Rockstar and said I would like to buy that pen. And that was it. That's how I bought this pen, because I just thought it was just like really, really cool, really well done, my kind of shape. Yeah, simple shape, cool material, adds the little hit of, the roach ring right here. Black nib to go along with it, and just a really, really cool pen. So yeah, this is one of those Instagram purchases that even got me, right? It was like scrolling, what the heck is this? And I need it. And it worked. It worked out. So yeah, I like what Rockstar's doing. I forget what's his name? I can't remember. I'm blanking on his name. Alex? I don't know why. So anyway, Rockstar. Happens to all of us. IG sucks us in. Oh yeah, someone's gonna have to allow that. My hands are full. This is one of my oldest maker pens. This was kind of like my first big commission pen. Ash, thank you. I don't know why I had Alex in there. What got you the Red Wing? I think it was just the entirety. The Red Wing helped, but like I don't like look at the pens that I have and look out how like this is kind of an outlier, like as far as like color goes for me. And I was like, that is such a unique, interesting thing for me to add to my collection. All right, see you, Brooks. Anyone seeing the stream starting soon screen? No, I hope not. I hope I didn't hit something. I don't think I hit anything. So this is a Newton Shinobi. Let's see if we can see. Can y'all see you can see the flat on here. So this is a big cylinder, right? But there's a flat side here. If you hit the light just right, there's a flat side that runs up and down the whole length of the pen. So it can just sit. And this is the first time I got to talk to a maker, and Shone said, okay, he said, what colors do you want? And I said, well, I want something translucent. How about like a smoky gray and then like an orange section. So that's what he made. So this is a really good eyedropper pen. I think I've probably inked it with a converter before, but then I usually ink it with an eyedropper. You can tell I still have the silicone grease on the threads here, so I can just fill it up whenever I want. Shone did like a little cursive italic grind on the nib for me here, so a fine cursive italic. That reminds me of the Moonman pen that is flat on one side. I wonder where they got that idea from. Curious. So yeah, the only problem, it's not really a problem, the only kicker with this pen is the flats don't line up unless you get it in the right section. So it's a little game to figure out how to line it back up right. So now I'm going to sit here and do this until, when I use it a lot, when I have it inked up, like I know the position I need everything to be in to line it up on the first try. But when I don't use it, I forget the position that it needs to be in to get lined up. It's going to drive me crazy until I get it. Let's all watch how long. There we go. All right, got it. Line back up again. All right. So you can set it down even though it's a cylinder, and it'll stay put. Oh, this is one I gotta fix. Let me get this here. So I need to re-epoxy this. We'll put it in here for now. So this is a Ryan Krusak antler pen. I forget the model. Is this L16? It's on the bigger side. With a Damascus steel grip section. And a stock extra fine nib. So this is that cool, amazing how similar in size and style all these pens are. Yeah, definitely. I definitely have a theme going on here pretty much. Like this is like this is like my favorite shape pen. It's just a traditional cigar shape. This one's wider than normal than some of these, but I really like this material. It will absorb ink if you hit it with ink. Forget someone splashed ink all over theirs, like purposefully, and it made it look like a confetti pen or like a sprinkles pen. I don't plan on doing that, but it's got a nice Damascus steel section. I need to re-epoxy. This came out of the barrel, like the epoxy didn't take well there, so I just gotta glue that back in. Chewbacca did that, yeah. I've seen it before. I was thinking it was Matthew Morse maybe, but I can't remember. Two Japanese makers. Keegan started. Maybe it was him. Yeah, it was Keegan, wasn't he? Yeah. So this is Stilo art from Japan. This is the gold leaf urushi. Kinpaku. Kinpaku, I believe, is the name of the style. So it's just beautiful gold leaf under layers and layers of lacquer hay killer sheep. And I bought this at the San Francisco Pen Show, I don't know, several years ago. And what they do that's cool is they make these to allow either pilot or sailor grip sections. So this is a pilot one. And I got the pilot stub nib. So it's the SU. It's called SUTAB, S-U-T-A-B. So this is a stock pilot stub nib, which I don't have in anything else. So this is a very beautiful, beautiful pen. Definitely the most expensive pen in this tray. Most of these range from $200 to $350. Most of these, and then this one's about $800. So this one's very expensive. But I'd say that's a common range for most of this style pen, anywhere from $200 to $350 is where you're gonna find a lot of these pens. That's the range. So, except the Safari, that's like infinite price. You can't buy that one because it's impossible to make, the timing. Also at the same show, I bought an Boya Ebonite pen. So Boya is also out of Japan. This is green swirl Ebonite with a gold Bach nib. The only gold Bach nib I have, and it's stellar. And I got a little stub grind on it, I think, or cursive italic grind on it. Boya just nailed the fit and finish. Man, they're so good. I want more Boya pens. Generally, though, they're a little bit too big for me. Like, this is one of the smaller ones. I'm trying to get the nib in here. Too much going on the camera. And a little closer shot of the material. I love their materials. But this is... Oh, you little ass. Do you have any from Boya? But this is my only one. This is my only Boya, and I bought it at the same time as the Stilo art. So what was that? What was my first San Fran? 2018-ish? Something like that. So I would like more Boya, but generally their shapes don't cut it for me. But they've done some more recently that are more my style. Like you can... I have a pretty clear style. Now, I will step outside of the box a little bit, but usually, like, some of the Boyas, like the Boya Bamboos, and some of their other pens are just bigger. Just bigger. I have the tips, black and white, if you can find one. It's a perfect small pen size, and they're making more of that design with a really small cap. Cool, cool, cool. 2018, that sounds right. So I got this pen and this pen. I think I got both of those the same year. I know I got this one. No, I'm wrong. I bought this one either in LA or in San Fran the following year. This was the first year I bought one of the wood ones, which was awesome. And I ended up selling that one to buy this one. So yeah, there you go. And then I don't want to leave out, I mean, we got a lot more to go here. I want to leave out Mr. Shone. Like, these are just the fun Shone pens. These are the fountain pen models. These are some of the first ones with the box section, I think. Yep. So this was like one of the first ones that he made and let me test out early in the game. And then I bought this one from him at Philadelphia with the Yovo section and the brass grip. So these are great. I need to use this more. Need to polish the brass here a little bit, but it's cool when it starts messing up. Like at a pin show, this is the kind you can buy just putting together the parts there at the pin show. I just picked this and that and this and that and put it together, made a pin. All right. So that's that group. That's a good group of pins, right? That's all. Heck, that's all I ever need. That's the good stuff. So yeah, there you go. All right, let me put these back in, and I'm going to show you a different type of case and a different group of pins that I really haven't used in quite some time. I do put the maker stuff kind of together. Like if I have multiple pins of a brand, they have to be next to each other in the case. If I have singular pins of a brand, they can be separate from each other in the case. So like all the one-offs go together, and then like the Brooks go together, and the Canalea go together. So again, this is just a cigar case from Bama Pen. Cigar, refurbished cigar box from Bama Pen. So I'll have 6 of these. They sit on a shelf in my closet, 2 stacks of 3, just right on top of each other. And then what they really do is sit on top of 2 of these cases, which I really recommend. This is the Retro 51 bamboo tray. So I have 2 of these cases I bought at pin shows. I'll take this case, the lid off in just a second, get the lights off. These are really fun cases. They're reasonably expensive. I want to say they're like $60 maybe. Someone can correct me on that. You can sometimes buy them, sometimes not. The lid is fiberglass with magnets in the corner. So you see the little magnets here, and they pop on. If you set stuff on them, they do slide. Like I have slid this case off plenty of times. So they're good. They're good shelf cases if you're not using them a lot, right? If you ever want a custom case, I can make you one. You should email me. So, and then you have to find somewhere to put this lid afterwards, right? So I think I'm going to start this over here. We can probably just keep most of these in the case because it's so big. So I have, we're going to talk about that one, Gurface. That's probably my favorite pin in this entire case. Gurface has already picked it out. We'll do that one first. So what do we have? Edison pins. These first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the rest, Franklin Kristoffs with a random sparkly woodshed in here, which we'll talk about in just a second. It's actually out of order. You're out of order. So this tray, just again, it's just got like a felt tray with grooves in it. So this is the one Gurface picked out. So this is the best pen in here. So my friend of the community, Thomas Hall, came upon like 3 rods of Tobality, like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago. And he wanted to buy them, and he wanted basically investors to go in. So this is the original Tobality material. He found some rods, and then we sent them to Brian Gray at Edison and told him what to make us. And I love the Menlo shape. So this is a Menlo eyedropper. It's just basically the exterior is the Menlo shape, and then it's just open in the barrel. It doesn't have the Menlo hardware in it. So it's just an open barrel. So I'll show you. This is a Menlo here with the hardware in it. I'll show you that in a second. But it's just an eyedropper. It's just an open barrel. I mean, you can use a converter, but it's really just cut out to be an eyedropper. Are these pins handmade? Yes, these pins are. And like the material is like, look at that. This stuff is crazy. Man, it was in there good just a second ago. It's wild. So, the wee finial of one of my Franklin Kristoffs is from that same run. Funny you should say that. Can you eyedropper celluloid? Yes. So these are the scraps from some of that Tobality. Was also used in a project that Thomas did with Franklin Kristoff. So this is what Kimberly's talking about here. OMG, Claire. So yeah. Like this little tiny piece is just cool. So yeah, this is the Model 20. I forget what they called the barrel of that Kimberly. But yeah, great pen. So this was part of a separate project to just use some of the, like, you can't let this stuff go to waste. So they made a bunch of parts and just added them in here. There were 2 models of this, right? I think there was a 2 models. Oh, Pocket 20, yeah. So this is the full size 20 and then the Pocket 20. All right. So yeah, this one's kind of one of my babies right here. I haven't used it much recently. What nib do I have in here? Like a medium stub maybe. If I go through this case, this is where I'll find all my fancy nibs, just hidden in here somewhere. Speaking of the Model 02, Brad, post or no post? What a great question. I post the Model 02 more times than not. You can see it's probably my favorite shape. This is the first Edison pen I ever bought. So it's a blue ebonite pen that I found just randomly on a table at the Atlanta Pen Show in like 2015, 2014. So it's the pearl. It's the classic pearl shape. Pluto Star, thank you for the follow. Yeah, the O2 is one of those that's really is designed for posting. So I just found this on a table. Actually, Mario from, I don't know how many, like, it had to be like 2014, 2015. This is the first Edison pen I bought, and I remember it being like 120, 25 bucks. I had to move this man today. It was right here, it was in the way. So I just keep this pen because of the shape and the material. You can tell I haven't used it in a while because there's not even a nib in it. But yeah, really cool ebonite swirl. Isn't that neat? So this is like the goat pen shape for me. Right? Your basic, I call it the Nakaya cigar, but it was around long before that. But that's what this pen was designed off the Piccolo, which is great. All right, we should do this. Put these Menlos together. This was the first limited edition. Like, what's the kind of the annual pins that Brian would do? Y'all are smanding. Outsmanding. So Brian would do like a group buy every year. I don't know if he still does them. Did you have any cracked Yovo housings? I've never found one, but I haven't inspected everything either, but I don't have any. I don't know what to say about that, but I'm not inspecting mine. Like in all these pens, I haven't taken them apart. So this is the Beaumont Stealth. This is the pen that got me to fall in love with the Beaumont. It's a smaller pen with a very concave grip section. It's small and lightweight. You can tell I've used this one a lot because I've actually worn the plating off of this nib from cleaning it, which is okay. Like, I don't mind things looking worse because I've used them, right? If I've used the pen and I'm like happy with the pen and it's showing like signs of wear, then I've done a good job. Like, I've done my best job with the pen and using it. So this is a classic one for me. Just an all-time kind of cool Edison. Really got me in the Beaumont size and shape. You can tell this is definitely on the smaller side, which I like. So fantastic pen. Love it. So these two are Menlos. This one was bought as a gift for me. Because I love these red and blue colors together. And this has all the Menlo hardware in here, but it's like the original Menlo hardware, and it's kind of, some of them are kind of jacked up. So this is like an OG Menlo. I don't even know if it still fills anymore, but this is like this pump system that Brian created, and you have to have this special nib unit with this special tube. Right, so everything kind of, this is a really, really custom pen. The colors and the materials and the shape. I haven't used it in a while, so I'd have to. I had to send it. I've had to send it back once to replace, to get it like reseated, get like the hardware reseated in the back here. But we did like this. I call it my 3D pen. So it's really cool. I like it a lot. And it's got a fine cursive italic nib on it. I love the Menlo shape. Like, I love the pearl shape, the Beaumont, and then the Menlo for like a good standard torpedo shaped pen. So, like the Tobality, this cotton candy is also a Menlo eyedropper. So it's a Menlo without the hardware. So the one I just showed you has the pump hardware in it. These are just a basic eyedropper style Menlo with the clear ink window. So one of my friends had this pen and they were selling it, and I just thought the colors are like perfect for me. So you just eyedropper it up. So same shape as these last two, but minus the hardware. So there's nothing in the back of it. All right, so just a standard pen. I am using an Edison. This is my newest Edison. You can tell this is the Newark. It's kind of made off the Beaumont a little bit longer, but still light. We're talking about some maker pens today. Just some of the, small brands and custom pens that I've had made over the years. Oh, yeah. Definitely don't DM me on Instagram. That's the worst place to get a hold of me, Kimberly. I rarely check it there. So you can get me hello@penag.com. That's great. All right. Franklin Kristoff Model 02. My favorite Franklin Kristoff models are the 02 and then the P66. And then, a few other ones that I like. So this is the one I did for the, you can DM me all you want on Instagram. I just never read them. I don't have alerts turned on there. I don't have anything. So this was like the first collaboration I did with Franklin Kristoff. This was sold on the Pen Addict website. Just something like a simple, straightforward 02 and some cool colors. Like, I really like solid gray acrylics. You don't see those very often. And I think you can do some cool things with them. So this is one of the prototypes from us getting this product built. Hey, we besotted Buddha. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. So yeah, the 02, I don't think I have any nibs in these, but it's designed to be posted, right? The cap posts really deep here. Do I have a list of makers available for customers to contact if they want to commission a custom pen? I don't. That would be a pretty good directory. It would be really large. So it just kind of depends on what you're looking for. Like, we can definitely give recommendations. So yeah, this is designed to post. And I actually generally do post this pen. Yeah, it's a unique color. Like, it's very basic and simple, but that's what I wanted for my first pen. Because then you can do like crazy stuff like this. You're not going to be able to see what's cool about this one. This one is called Italian Ice. It's not just clear, it's ultraviolet reflective, I guess. So if you get it in the right light, the right UV light, it turns purple. So this one was actually really hard to come by. I had to buy it off someone secondhand. I don't know if, I mean, I guess they make them from time to time, but I could never get one. And I finally found someone selling one, and I jumped on it. I wish I had the lighting to show you what it looks like, but just search up Franklin Kristoff Italian Ice online, and you can probably find some ultraviolet pictures of it. I think the Italian Ice evaporates when they put it on their website. Yeah, it's one of the more difficult ones to come across. So I don't even remember who I bought this from, but it was an insta buy for me, you know, in my favorite barrel shape and in a really, really unique color. Thank you, Bork and Bork. This one I picked up at the LA Pen Show just because I like the wild colors. I call this one Nuclear Fallout because that's what it looks like. And it's got a cool like green swirl section here. Like these are pens like I really don't have any interest selling, even if I'm not using them right now. I just think they're cool. Like they're my kind of pen. So they have the solid green acrylic. This is the kind of stuff that they do at pen shows where they just make like one-offs. Arctic Ice and Italian Ice both fluoresce. Italian Ice is clear when not exposed, while Arctic Ice has a hint of blue. Nice. I need an Arctic Ice then. So yeah, this one is, I just call this one Nuclear Fallout. It's just dope. Like this is my kind of pen, right? This is just sick. It's really, really good. So all the hobbies or anyone, if you have a picture of an Italian Ice exposed to UV light, share it in the chat if it's not hard to come by so people can see it. Because obviously I can't show it here because of the lighting. So this is the Model 20. I will never not unscrew the Model 20 cap. So you have to be real careful when you eyedropper a Model 20 because by habit you want to unscrew it, and it's a slip cap. So the slip cap system works great, but it's not threaded. And if you're not careful and you start twisting it, you start untwisting the section, maybe, and then the ink comes out. And a lot of people have dumped full barrels of ink accidentally with a 20 because if you're not paying attention, you just start doing this and bye-bye ink. This is probably my second favorite Franklin Kristoff, like non-Pen Addict edition behind the Italian Ice. I do have the Wonder Pens version. Yep, we'll get to that one. Arctic Ice, Italian Ice. Thank you, Toasty Treat. Thank you, all the hobbies. So y'all, if you're not familiar with these materials, go take a look at these links. I can't really reach my keyboard and stuff right now to pull these up. If you want, we can do it later so you can see it. But if you're able to click on the links yourselves, if you're not on mobile and terrible, definitely check it out. So this Model 20 is Wonder Pens, and they had a full one. This one was not. This was the Tobality edition that they did a special run of. And I think a lot of the proceeds, I think it was a charity thing with Thomas as well. But this is the Wonder Pens P20 we'll get to in just a second. This is the Ghost. Hells with the gifted sub to all the hobbies. I fell in love with the Ghost material when I saw it eyedroppered with like blue ink in it. It was one of the coolest looking pens. You really, really have to eyedropper these Ghosts because the ink sloshing around in this weird like milky material is just so cool. Like you just can't worry about staining or anything. You just got to go for it because I've never seen anything so cool as getting one of these eyedroppered with like I generally use like a blue black ink and it just looks cool in there. I've got some nice nibs in these. I need to scope out these nibs. These were some Pocket 66s that we did for the Pen Addict. Yeah, Scott made me eyedropper that one. That's a fact. Like, you're required to eyedropper it. Another Italian Ice. Okay, good. Thank you, Mike. So, yeah, y'all check out those Italian Ices. Actually, I want to pull up those links in just a minute. So, this is us going through the process of, finalizing what we're going to do, like, hey, do we want the inside polish more? Do you want to see, how do you want to work this out? So like, this is some prototypes, and I think maybe like one prototype and then like one release model one that I kept for myself. So yeah, so we did these for the Pen Addict. I would like to do some more of these. I think these came out really, really cool. So just translucent orange and gray. So yeah, I really like these colors. So I did these in conjunction with Franklin Kristoff to sell on the Pen Addict site. I probably need to do another Franklin Kristoff soon. We need to work on that. Ghost and PA66 are the only two Franklin Kristoffs I've ever eyedroppered. I kind of like eyedropper in the smaller pens as opposed to the larger ones. It's not as intimidating, right? To eyedropper that smaller amount of ink. So this is the Wonder Pens Pocket 20 that I picked up when I was at the Toronto Pen Show 2019, something like that. So they had the full size and the short size Pocket 20 in this really neat kind of, I don't even know how to, it's kind of brownish gray translucent material. It's really neat. So yeah, this is the smaller one from Wonder Pens. A 45 would be cool. A 45 could be the next one. So you can see I've used this 45 Ghost pretty well because you can see like some of the remnants in the barrel. This barrel isn't as clean as the 66. I don't know if it comes up in the camera, but the interior has a little blue in there because I always use blue. But you know what? I'm not buying this pen to look at it empty, right? So the staining doesn't bother me because you put ink in there and you never see it anyway, right? And it's not even that stained. So, okay, you're looking at it and it's like, oh, look, you can see like some of the blue in there. But when I put ink in there, you don't see it. Like, not a big deal. So 45L is the favorite shape. Everyone likes the 45s, huh? I like the 45s too. Maybe we'll do that next. At this point, it'll be next year. We're getting into October. Like, there's no way you can get anything done. It's not a stain. It's Inktoplasm. What was this one called? This was one of the OG pocket pens. I've stolen the nib from here. They don't make this one anymore. It's just a real short poster. But this, I bought two of these, like a fire and an ice. Or was that what these were called? With the red finial, then there was one with a blue finial maybe? Or black? I can't remember. I've had two of these, but I must have sold the other one. It's a little teeny tiny eyedropper. P40? Gotcha. So it's a little teeny tiny eyedropper pen. And it's really, really neat. I just like the shape of these. Do they still make these? It's cool. Like, I think this was my first Franklin Kristoff, this exact pen. So, and I must have sold, I had two of them. I had both of the colors, but I've clearly sold one of them. Mine has a pinkier finial. So what was the other color finial? Was it blue or black? I know I had it. I think it must have been black. I don't think it was blue. And then this is the Woodshed Sparkly Unicorn pen that I just got from the Kickstarter. It's a really cool shape, cool design. I like it. So yeah, another maker pen. So I got another Woodshed over here somewhere too. I have even more to go through. So sparkly, I know. I love the sparkles. I do have a tipping point with sparkles. This is not it. This is well within my zone. Yeah, and purple would not have been my first choice, but the way the pictures looked, it looked like it was going to be great, and it came out that way. No, I'm almost sure it was black. Is your tipping point Benu? There's some Benu pens that I do like. So, anyway, this is the Retro 51 bamboo tray. How many does this hold? Is this 15, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 16 pens. I have two of these trays. The other one is filled up with Sailors and I think Platinum. I think it's mostly Sailor. No, I think it's Sailors. Like like maybe a dozen sailors and then room for more. I don't know how many more sailors there will be, to be honest. Oh, and with these, some of these bigger pens, you do have to turn these clips down so they're not annoying. It's not really made for thick fountain pens. Obviously, these are made for Retro 51 Tornadoes and smaller pens. So you do have to turn the clip sideways here so you can actually get the lid on there. So yeah, you have 5 filled with retros. Shocker. So no, my tipping point on like glitter and sparkle is pen dependent, right? There's Sailor glitter pens that I love, and there's Sailor glitter pens that I don't, right? It just depends on how they're put together. All right, a few more. It may come as no surprise. I also use pen cases for storage. Knock Brasstown, Knock Sinclair. This was a special edition we did for Karis way back in the day, where they sold a pen. I forget the exact name of the collab, the collaboration pen, and came with a little zipper bead. It came with a more like a dustier blue than we normally use, and then it came with a pen that I don't have in this case. It came with like the Iron Man looking retract. I think it was when they launched the retract and they had like the Iron Man looking one. So this is the Render K, which I like. This is like the G2. Yeah, it was a retract, but I can't remember which exact color it was. I think I have it. It must just be in somewhere else. And then the ink. This is my Iron Man ink, right? So I think they did a good job with this barrel shape, and I like these grip sections. I like the two-tone. That's like what we're gonna do with Spoke soon. Have these brass grips because I think they're cool, especially the more you use them. And then the Decograph, which I didn't think I was gonna like, but I turned out to like really like it. So they made this one for me in like the Pen Addict colors. I really like this pen. I'm actually shocked at how much I like this pen. It's a good shape. It's a good feel. It reminds me of the Beaumont, the Edison Beaumont that I showed y'all a minute ago. Smaller, lighter, and just a really good writing pen. I would actually like some more. I would like to upgrade my Decograph game into some of the other materials that they're using. It was a red back brass font without getting in the storage font. Yeah, okay. Just got the LE Robin's Egg blue ink fountain pen. Those are really, really good looking. What is in here? Aw, man. It was a note from Dan. It was a note from Dan. We'll leave that between me and Dan. I didn't know that was in there. But this was back, we just made, we made 120 cases for them. So, and this is the one they gave me out of the selection. We did a custom label for them. And yeah, it was a cool project to work on to get these out. So yeah. All right, a few more maker pens. I know there's one in here I want to talk about. There's actually several in here. Rich Sticks with the biddies. All right, 2 more Edison pens. These are my G10s. Whoops. So these are my G10 Edisons. This one I've really like worn out. It's starting to discolor up here in the front end, which is fine. Like it's a fibrous pen. It's gonna get dirty, but I use this so much, and you get ink in there, and like this is brown because that's fibers being cut, right? So that's what this G10 material is. It's like layers and layers of fiber like glued together. So when you cut it, you get exposed fiber. So if I got ink on this, it would like really stain and never come out. And that's what you're actually starting to see right up here in the front end. You know, some of the ink getting from the nib to the edge of the pen and then getting into the material. And you can really see it. You can actually see it more on the black one. So this is the orange G10. One of my personal all-time favorite pens. Just from the shape and the feel and the color and the material and the uniqueness of it is essentially a one-off. And this was the black one made at the same time. You can actually maybe see a little bit more of the fibers in the barrel here. Right? So that's more of that. And you can see this one, ink got into the threads here. So that's what I'm talking about. So like if you put this in an ink bottle, you would never want to dip this in ink. Hey, Bruce. I can't catch you up because we've gone an hour so far, but I'll have it up on YouTube, and you can run it back from the beginning. So we're still just talking about different custom pens, so you can see what happens when you get ink on the threads. Yeah, I'll show the pen trays here in just a second. We'll do a recap here at the end. So yeah. And you can hear those fibers in there. It's G10, so it's fiberglass, essentially is what it is. And those are Edison pearls. This is Red Dragon Pen Co. Friend of the show, Chewbacca, made this for me. I got to pick out the material. I like this. I like the long tapered shapes of his pens and the long sections. This is kind of like the green. We found this material online. It's like the green mosaic from something similar that Sailor used to match a King of Pen that I have in a similar, if not identical, material. So I really like this material. So that's cool. You can see how big that pen is. Like these Edison pearls, I don't think are small. Then the Red Dragon comes in there. And then we have the Mythic pen, which Brad sent me. I need to review this pen. I'll probably keep, out of all these pens, I'll probably keep this one out. I need to do a review on it. So I like the different segments that he uses when he makes the acrylics. You know, like he clearly sent me, you know, something with orange in it. And I like the way he builds these out to show like the different properties. So different, you know, ring in the barrel, different grip section. The grip section actually matches the material on the cap, which is a really swirly, very translucent orange, which I like. So I think out of all of these, this is probably the one I'm going to ink up next. I need to clean some pens first though. So I need to review this, but it's a really good shape, good feel, good build. Brad does a really nice job making these pens. So yeah, it's a really cool one. What nib? It's just a stock Yovo nib. Extra fine. All right. And this is a big pen, and that Red Dragon just dwarfs it. And this is one of the, I'll show it to you, hide it from the wife. This is one of my older woodsheds. And I think it's just something I picked up from him at a pen show, just because I like these bright materials. And this has the plated nib, black plated nib. And I can't remember if this was the nib he was like testing for like durability that I helped him test with. I can't remember, like testing the finish out for durability. But like this is just a cool shape, cool feel. I like the shape of these woodshed pens. So the Edison is it's a G. The pearl is the shape, is the way it's cut, right? The cigar shape, tapered ends, and then the material is called G10, which you can't buy this. It was like a one-off experiment type of thing that Brian did. Last one, Iron Feather Creative. This is the only pen I have with a roll stop, and that was Brian at Iron Feather Creative's fault. He had his whole table out at the Baltimore Pen Show. Last pen show I went to. It's probably the last pen show pen that I bought. And I couldn't turn down the opportunity to get one of his handcrafted roll stops. And while this material looks simple, it is actually a really deep, dark primary manipulation from Jonathan that you can barely pick it up on camera. Like, I can't even see those colors in person. Luckily, the light's hitting it the right way to show it off. So in person, it just looks like a solid black pen, but it's got some really unique colors to it. So big pen. This is about too big for me, but it's really cool. So yeah, what nib do I have in here? Looks like I have an extra fine cursive italic in here. Nice. Business primary manipulation, right? Like, look at that. It's wild. I think that might be my favorite so far. It's so subtle. Like, you put it down here, you can't see it, right? Even if I turn it, like, you can see little hits of something. But you just, it's hardly unnoticeable. But then you bring it up and you see this little galaxy going on in here. It's wild. It's really cool. And that combined with the roll stop, I was in on that. So I think I'm definitely missing some of the maker pens. This is the majority of them. So yeah, that was a good run through of what we had. So any questions, let me know. I will show the pens again for you, Bruce, in 1 second. I'll show the trays. Just let me get this picked up. And then I'm going to look at those Italian ice pictures, see if I can find those again in the chat. This is the brass town I'm not allowed to bring to pen shows because you can't. Yeah, throw a relink up there, Toasty Treat, so I can show people who couldn't, who like maybe on mobile. This is the mango color that went out of production. Do you do anything besides pins on Twitch? Every now and then I'll play games, but I haven't been. I want to do more of that next year, some more non-pen stuff. I'll do some writing streams and some inking streams, but it's still pen related, stationery related. And then I would like to start doing make some time for some more just like fun gaming streams on Twitch. Yeah, the Piccolo is awesome, Iowind. All right, there I can click on that. Thank you, Toasty. I got it now. All right, cool. So that I will pull that up in just a second for y'all to see what this pen really looks like. I'll break it back out. Got it. The Safari is an Urushi by Jonathan Brooks. Watching me game is much more entertaining than pens. I like playing the fun games, games we can have fun with, like whatchamacallit, No Man's Sky. So this is one that Jonathan Brooks did for me. So it's a really neat Lamy Safari there. Yeah. It's all Urushi. All right, let me grab these other links. Mike's and Kimberly's. All right, cool. Thank you. All right, so they are pulled up for me to grab in just a second. So yeah, 2 Canaleas, Brooks Warm Primary Manipulation, Brooks Safari, Faggionato, Rockster, Boss Baker Chris, 4 months of subbing. Thank you. What games do y'all want to see me play? Shinobi, Ryan Krusak, Stilo Art, Boya. And then we have the full tray of Edison and Franklin Kristoff. Oh, the Jackbox party games. Yeah, I've played those with Mike before. Those are fun. But I'd like to do some nighttime stuff where we just hang out. Package received. Thank you. You're welcome. Last few raffle winners I have not sent out. We'll do a giveaway here in a minute too. No pins. I'm not giving away any pins. I love y'all, but I sold that matching Crusac pin. I kind of like it. We bought those at the same time, didn't we? Didn't I buy that because of you? Like, you came up and showed it to me, and I was like, and you said there was one more, and I said I need to go get it. I think that was how that happened, right? I want more of this custom pin stream. I don't have any more to share. we can do other brand pin streams, like Pilot and Sailor and Nakaya. So this is an original Pocket 40. This was kind of, I don't know if this was the first kind of mini pocket pin that Frank and Kristoff did, but they don't make this model anymore. I've thieved the nib for something else. So yeah, it's a little eyedropper pin, and then you post the cap on the back. So think of it like a Kaweco Sport type of situation, but eyedropperable. It is really cool. Apparently I need to get that back out because a lot of people were commenting on that. All right, so this is the one. Pocket 40 cracked and got it priced with a 45. I wonder if that's why they don't make them anymore. I'm not that interested in pins, but your voice is a really nice background noise for cutting apart magazines for collaging. Hey, collaging is cool. I do that sometimes too. But yeah, it's cool that you just like turn it on and listen in the background. You know, I try to keep it fun and simple, and you know that something jumps out and you see what's up. So thank you for that. All right, so this is the Italian Ice, okay? And when you put it on ultraviolet light, it looks like this. So that's this pen, or this material, not the exact pen. When on ultraviolet. Swipe for the super glow. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That's why this pen is hard to get. That's what makes this pen special. Right? This is why you can't buy these very easily. Debbie in Shape, Sylvia Rules, thank y'all for the follow. So this is that material. This is what it looks like when it's normal. Then it goes into this. So here's some other pictures. So yeah, look at that. This is the pen, right? You had no idea? Yeah, if you see Italian Ice, that's what you're buying. So that's the range. So sunlight, UV light, fake lights like this, like in here, you know, room lighting. And then Mike, you can see just on his desk here, it's probably harder to see, of it kind of glowing in there. And then this is the Arctic Ice, which is a little bit bluer under the ultraviolets. So it's got a kind of the blue tint as opposed to like the purple tint here. So this one has more of the blue look. Like that. So that's the two different ones. All right. So that's why people freak out over these particular ones. I had the Italian Ice stained glass pen from over the weekend in a cart, but decided to go for a new motorcycle seat choices. Yeah, Kim, she got it early this year. Well, when was this post? 18 weeks ago. Yeah, earlier this year. So congrats to Kim. One day we'll get her to do a post on the blog about, Kimberly, sorry. We'll do a post on the blog about the Franklin Kristoff. You can bank on that. You can bank on it. 45 and a 45L. Yeah, they're pretty great. So again, it doesn't look special until you Nuki boy it. until you nuclearize it. This one just looks weird all the time. You don't need special lighting for this one. I will never get to 100 Franklin Kristoffs. What I would like more than 100 Franklin Kristoffs is I would like 100 fountain pens total. Like that could be my list. That's not all the maker pens I have. There's stuff laying around in different cases. There's stuff I have a Kasama over here, Ultim. I have a Shone Design Ultim in this case. So there's a few more things, but this is the stuff that is currently stored and not inked right now. This is the stuff on the shelves. This is the stuff that gets me into what I do because I like supporting these makers and seeing the cool things that they do. This is that transition phase into, hey, there's more than black and gold trim fountain pens out there. You mean I can get something that really matches my style, my likes in colors and shapes and designs? Is Nakaya considered a maker? That's a good question. I don't know totally how to answer that. My gut tells me no, but my reality tells me yes, right? I don't know. It's been an amazing stream. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful maker pens. Hey, thank Bruce for saying, hey, will you show me all your maker pens? So you're going to have to go back and watch the VOD, Bruce. I broke all these down earlier. I had about 400, but I sold some at the last London show. Yeah. I don't think I have 400, but I've got a lot and way too many. You can request completely custom stuff from Nakaya, so I think they count. Do you have a maker pen that's the one that got away, like not available now, that I actually got or that I missed, that like I don't have and I wish I have? Or do I have one that no one else has, which I definitely do? I'm trying to think, is there one that got away? The thing with maker pens is there's always going to be something next, so I don't worry too much about the ones that got away. Like now I've waited in long lines, long queues for like the Franklin Kristoff Ghost material, right? And I couldn't and the Italian Ice I had to buy on the secondhand market from a friend who knew I was wanting one and I could never get one. So like those materials took a while. But for like general maker pens, there's kind of always something else, so I don't get too caught up in what I missed. Now, in my collection, I do have some one-off stuff like that I'll never sell, right? Like the Arushi Lamy Safari, the G2 Edison, the G10 Edison, the Tobality Edison, things like that, things that are in materials or designs that just aren't available anymore, like those. Yeah, those are some of my favorites. Can you show what? Where'd it go? I'm looking at the comments. This may be an unfair comparison, but Mayora, Imprante, or Franklin Kristoff Model 2? What a tough question. I'm thinking about that. Oh, can we see the Ultim? Yeah, I'll get out the Ultims real quick. I know the one that got away for Brad the Visionaire. I can always get it. I can always get the Visionaire from Mike if I wanted to. Antique glass Franklin Kristoff is amazing. Yeah, that was the first one that kind of set them apart. I love the antique glass. I don't own one, but they're a classic. Didn't Mike lose his? I don't think so. Oh yeah, I didn't count spoke pens. Or spoke pens, maker pens. I think so. What is this? So those are my two Ultim pens. This is the Kasama Una, and then the Shone Design. Omos Vanishing Point. I'd like to see a picture of an Omos Vanishing Point. I've seen some really custom vanishing points that are honestly not available to be photographed for fear of trouble. So yeah. So Kasama, this is the one with the big section that I related to the Mayora, right? I think this is even more concave than the Mayora section. And then the Shone design is a much lighter weight pen, obviously, because it doesn't have that titanium section. It is burping some, but that's okay. Like, this pen, I don't even care, like, if it makes a mess. That's kind of what it's here for. It's here to use. It has a FC nib in it. Yep. So this is a very fancy FC nib that I put in here. So it's a gold Sig Flex nib. It's a gusher. Like with this eyedropper, I wanted a gusher type of nib. Like this is about as close to like a gusher type of nib as I have. The tight closing of the Ultim cap is so satisfying, isn't it though? Like you just feel it. You like twist, twist, twist. Oh yeah. So yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. All right, we should give something away today. Let me stash these. Make some room. I need to get to my keyboard, so let me relocate a couple things here. What else is new? So much new. I have a lot of things I need to get to reviewing. I have a lot of things to do. I should give away my black G10 to you. I mean, where'd it go? Oh, it's in one of the pen cases. I mean, I never use it over the orange. I just have it because I can. That's one of the few pens that I own with really not much of an intention to use. I have used it. I just like the orange so much better. But I have it because they're like, those pens are related, right? All right. Have fun, Kimberly. Talk to me later about what we were talking to earlier. I totally napped through the stream. Nothing wrong with that. I heard I have a good voice that will put people to sleep. So that's a thing. Maybe it's not the good voice. It's just that you've heard it plenty of times, so you can like just tune me out, drone. Have you tried a Birmingham Penco fountain pen? I have not. I should look. I never get ahead of those, right? I'm never. Uh-oh. Holy cow. Wrong picture. All right. What the heck and heck? How do I not follow you? All right, let's see if we can figure out how to embiggen this for y'all to see. So this one right here. How far do I have to go down to slide this? Trying to get this on y'all's screen. Not really working for me. Anyway, this one right here is what we're talking about. That's vertical on the right-hand side. So this, what you can do is replace these exterior wrapping. Actually, call it what they call it, a bend, or how do you pronounce that? Bend. So it's essentially this, the wraparound piece, right? You can remove that. I know how to spell it. I don't know how to say it. Is it bend or bind? I've always said it bend. So you can remove those and then replace it with like a custom material, and that's what this is over here. Bind is German for barrel. That's why I see them on Pelicans so much. Binde. So I was almost there. I just didn't German it enough. Binde. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's like a super super custom thing, and I think it's great. Look at all these vanishing points. Cool. Dig them. How did I not follow you on Instagram? That actually bothers me. All right. Brad, have you ever gotten a nib ground by Richard Bender? It's one of the first nib grind. Well, no, I've never gotten a nib ground. I've got the tuning after purchase. I've gotten a tuning after purchase from Richard Bender, but never like a nib grind from Richard Bender. So, still need to make my yearly IG post. What should I post? Clearly, the cat Nakaya. Like, I know what pins you have, and that's the one that should be posted. Yeah, you can't do it with every pin, Rattler Gin, but there's certain models of pins, like Pelican's got some famous models where you can get that exterior off and then replace it with like a full tube of something else. Oh, you won't get the Cat Nakaya until next year. For some reason, I was thinking it came in. Well, yeah, then the Chaos pin, right? Super Chaos. Super Chaosy. All right, let's give a pin away today. Not one of these. I need to work on the icebox of happiness. We're getting down to the bottoms here. I did find some more Big Eye Design pins when I was cleaning up yesterday or 2 days ago. So let's do this one. Big Eye Design hooked me up with a bunch of pins like a couple years ago. They must have sent me like 10 pins, so I'm still going through these giveaways. So let's do this one. I'm not going to open it because it's sealed up. So it's the TI Click EDC. This is really cool. I like these shorter pins. I thought it had an image on the back. But anyway, this is a nice pen. All of these pens are nice. Brad, can you look at the KOP? Are there scratches around the section? I don't know. I can look. I mean, I've dropped the pen. I don't know what I don't know what scratches are going to tell me on this King of Pen because this is my King of Pen is nicknamed the Burrito Pen. Oh, like from taking the cap on and off? No, I don't see a single scratch. No, looks, I mean, I don't know how I could show it to you on here. I don't think it would show up. But we've, like, I had this pen out at lunch, like on a picnic table at a burrito place, and it rolled off the table. It fell off onto the ground, and, like, I didn't even flinch. Like, I don't even care. Like, if it's a pen I use a lot, it doesn't faze me at all. But now it has a name. It's the Burrito Pen. All right, TI Click EDC. Let me post this and get y'all to enter in just a minute. My husband just walked in to borrow a pen to write a greeting card and went for a fountain pen. Does this write black? Nope. Don't touch it. No, it didn't fall into a burrito. It's just while we were eating burritos. All right, this is TI Click EDC. All right, this giveaway is now open. You can type !raffle, and someone will win this, and I will mail it to you via the very sketchier by the day United States Postal Service. I thought we were going to shake some of this Postal Service business before the holidays. Looks like that's a no. So congratulations to all of my shipping peeps here in the U.S. It's going to be another fun holiday season for us all. Can't wait. Is that pen like $100? I have no idea. TI Click EDC. I have one of the Artos. I think those are like $200, aren't they? I'm going to give that away one of these days. Order your Xmas gifts now. That is not even a joke. Yep. As someone in logistics, we are bleeped. Yeah. Like, y'all need, like, no joke. if you're a Christmas shopper and like need to order stuff for Christmas, you really need to consider doing something soon. UK running out of gas. I saw that, like a 90% outage. Yeah, we're supposed to be running out of money. This world is a place, man. World is a place. When I get an Ultima, I'm going to get the nib ground into a medium fine. I think that's a good move. Last year took my mom's gift 1 month to go over one state BEPS. UK isn't out of gas. It's out of trucks drivers to move the gas. We live in a society. We do. All right. About 10 seconds left. Exclamation point raffle if you want to win a pin. What we are is out of our minds. We are all out of our minds. All right. We're going to pick a winner. Let's see. The winningest winner of all the winners, Mr. DP LaFall, who I actually think will use this pin and enjoy it. Patrick is, y'all don't know the Patrick story. I'm not going to regale you with the tale of the Patrick story, but Patrick's one of those people that seems to fall into the right giveaways at the right time. And it cracks me up. It cracks me up. This one seems right up your alley, though. Right up the alley. You still need to, you got to email me, though. You got to email me or I'm not going to send it to you. Brad, have you ever looked into a converter not fitting tightly into a Lamy Ion? I mean, not specifically the Ion. I generally don't have a hard time with Lamy's converters because they have that extra ring around the bottom that seems to do a pretty good job. Like, it seems to generally fit, but it could just be a converter variance issue. I mean, you don't want there to be an issue, but sometimes it might just be like a converter thing that needs to be replaced or something. I don't know. Can you blame the U.S. Postal Service on the delay I have with my Hippo Noto? It's coming up on the 2-year anniversary. No, I cannot. You need a new selection app. Well, to be clear, Patrick's only won the one pin here, but he's won pins in other arenas. He's won a Model 2 Franklin Kristoff, a pin addict version, and he's won a Sailor from me. So he's got some kind of mojo on me, I guess. Sroskin, still waiting on the Hippo Noto. Nice. Email sent. Thank you. I'm actually just doing some shipping today. I have to ship out the St. Jude raffle winners that I have. And other general orders. I might get out these giveaway orders. All right. What else do we need to do today? I think that might be it. Today, chat. Let's see if there's anyone out there we can raid. Oh, I know what y'all were talking about games earlier. That game Mike played. Mike's still here. It was kind of like Age of Empires, but like had Vikings and stuff. Spending my whole week on accident logistics. Some guy with no license and no insurance hit my hubby's car. That's a nightmare. Was that really thin and all metal pin you gave away last week? It had a screw down sleeve, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's called the Ensso, E-N-S-S-O, 1S. I think it's the Piuma, P-I-U. No, that's the fountain pen. But it's Ensso Pin Uno. Ensso Pin Uno. I've been watching New World streams, Mike. That looks fun. Like, I don't have time for an MMO right now, but that looks fun. That would be something we could play together. Good point, Kimberly. Just be sure you're using the right Lamy converter. The Z27 and 28 aren't exactly the same and don't fit the same pins. Good point. Brad, how much does it cost to get an Urushi Safari done? 0, because it's not available. It's not an option because it would be too expensive. It was a one-time special event. Yeah, the streams on New World look really nice. I've been enjoying watching them. Yeah, the Enso Uno is shockingly good. Like, I really enjoy that pen, and that's one of those products that should not work that really does somehow magically work. All right. Trying to see if anyone new we could throw it to today. So yeah, I'm kind of in the looking for a new game mode. And then that would be fun to like stream. Like, I still really think No Man's Sky is just a great streaming game. Because it's really kind of just like passive, right? But cool and fun. We need more planner people in the makers and crafting. What kind of games do you like? It just depends. I do like MMOs when I have time. I just don't have time. So, you know, I do like some of that. Forza Horizon. I used to could do racing games. I can't really do them now. They're just like they're like a commitment MMO type of thing. I should start a Twitch stream of me crying quietly over my to-do lists. I've never really gotten into the MOBAs. That's one thing I've never touched. All right, we'll go see what Buy That Bunny's doing. What are they doing today? Plannerizing. Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe like by this fall or winter, I'll have some time to do some like nighttime game streams. That would be great. Do you ever play at night, Mike, or is just like the afternoons, like pre-school stuff, like your move? We'll talk. Me and Mike have been talking about this a while, and I'm just like super random in my schedule. So, all right, we're gonna go raid Buy That Bunny. They're plannering the day. Usually after midnight, but don't stream them. Yeah. That'd be way too late for me. All right. Enjoyed the stream today. That was fun. We'll do it. We'll do it later. There's an entire network of streamers who do stationary. Yes, Stationary Brew. I'm part of the team. So let's do it. Bye.